Andrea, thank you very much for agreeing to talk to us today. May I ask you, please, what are the main risks that staff and clients might be exposed to in salons?
Okay, so during a busy salon, the salon environment is always going to have those hazards. Things like hair cuttings on the floor is going to create slipping. Any spillages that happen regularly need to be cleared up very quickly because they can create slipping and tripping hazards.
So things like water on the floor?
Absolutely, water, products, especially products that you don't know what they are. So you've come across a product that's been spilt. So it's really important that you've got your PPE on before you clean up those hazards.
PPE?
Sorry, personal protective equipment. So you've got your gloves on so that you're not clearing up any chemicals that you're unsure what they are. One of the biggest risks in hairdressing as well is also the water with the electricity. So those two things don't need to meet, and that you would make sure that your hands were thoroughly dry before you were touching any of your electrical appliances and plugging anything in or unplugging, as the case may be. Visually checking that all the electrical equipment is constantly in good working order and making sure that you separate any electrical appliances that are not in working order so that they can be either repaired or maintained or serviced by a qualified electrician. So we're using a lot of those small appliances at all times.
So would a salon normally have a yearly check, let's say, of small appliances?
They do. So that's a PAT, which is a personal appliance test, and they're done regularly, and records of those tests are kept within salons. One of the biggest things as well is the cutting of skin. So you've got open wounds because they're subject to obviously infection, but also cross-contamination. So HIV is an example of why all cuts would need to be covered. And personal protective equipment would be worn on the hands so that you're not cross-contamination with any of those major diseases and disorders that you might cross-contaminate with your clients or with your colleagues.
So you've already talked to some extent about steps that can be taken to eliminate and minimise these risks. Is there a general guideline that you could say?
It's everyone's responsibility in the salon. So health and safety is everybody's responsibility. So reducing risks removing hazards is something that is an ongoing process in the salon, so that everyone is mindful of those hazards and reduce those risks as much as possible. On a busy Saturday, as you can imagine, it's unavoidable some of the hazards that do occur, but it's minimising those risks as much as possible and making sure that you're working safely at all times. But that's everyone's responsibility, and not just somebody who's managing the salon to take that ownership of ensuring everybody's safety.
Okay, but what would a stylist do if they came across a hazard that they couldn't remove themselves?
Okay, so an example might be, say, a fire exit that's blocked with stock or something. Then they would report that. So they would report that to the manager, who would then deal with that. But it's about notifying everyone so that it's clear that those hazards would need to be removed as quickly as possible.
Okay, and finally, occasionally accidents will occur, incidents will occur. How are they recorded in the salon?
Okay, so every salon would record any incident, as even minor as a cut to our fingers, which obviously many stylists do frequently. They would record that in the accident book. That would then mean that there is a proper record. So should anything occur after the event, that there is a clear record of what happened, when it happened. So all of that is kept and stored in the salon, generally either in the reception area or in the staff room. So generally they're located in those areas.
Thank you very much indeed, Andrea.
Thank you.